Alright, hey guys, what's going on? Alright, so this vid I want to talk a little bit about like the reptilian aliens and reptilians and what that exactly means in some ways. Um, could there be like a race of like reptilian aliens and greys and all those kind of things and monsters out there? There could be. Like I like most part I for real don't know. Like in outer space, is space even real? I don't know. But I know that in some ways that like David Icke, how he talks about reptilians and certain things, but there is an allegory to reptilian people with an actual race of people, and that goes back to Esau and Edom. And the main example for that is the Isaurians. And the Isaurians, they were these mountain people, these like mountain raiders and shit and terrorists and shit like that, and they live by the sword, and they profess that they came from Esau and Edom, and but their name, like Esaurians, it's got Esau in the name plus Saurians, and that's where we get like dinosaur and stuff. It means like big lizards, and and you kind of have to just understand, especially where Edom was and how he is and where he came from. And if you know like the story of um like the serpent in the garden, the red dragon, Leviathan, like how the red dragon is like King Herod, the Idumean, that tried to kill Christ. I mean, it's the same allegory. Um, it's a it's a I don't how do I say it? It's like it's just an allegory for Edom and stuff. And sometimes like the reptilians, they might be green, but when they get in a rage, sometimes they'll turn red and shit, like in some cartoons or whatever. And kind of like the Rulons and Dino Riders, how a lot of them are reptilian and amphibian and like fish monsters and shit. Um, and there's plenty of allegory for this type of stuff. And but yeah, the Isaurians, they're kind of like a real life representation of these reptilian beings. 'Cause I know, like David Icke said that they're very warlike, that they're masters of deception and illusion, and that they're very tricky. And yeah, I know my video Cause. Um, I was explaining how Cause is like a pretty much this venomous viper that's caustic and like the root cause of the fall of man, and that his final end is to be destroyed by fire, right? And then I was researching this thing about how like the god Odin and Wotan, like the German god, um, that he's also called like Koz or something. So it's like it's the same guy. It's the same dude, because it says that Wotan was like a wild hunter, and Esau was known as a cunning hunter and stuff like that. So there's a lot of tie-ins that connect like reptilians with the Edomites and the Amalekites and stuff. And that is an allegory for a real race of people, but they just try to keep it hidden. They want to make it like a fantasy because like how people say that like the greatest trick that the devil pulled is saying that he doesn't exist. He doesn't want to expose like his children because he knows that once they're exposed that they'll be even super despised among the heathens. That they'll be like, oh damn, these guys, they're real devils. It's like, and we'll really have to be hiding in caves and shit because we'd be hunted and we'd be slaughtered and shit. And yeah, just some things to take into consideration. But a lot of the warlike mentality of the reptilians willing to put people into captivity and slaughter and genocide and rob and steal and Um, like be chameleons and change skin and change forms, and yeah, it's a very unique concept, but it applies to Edom and stuff. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up. Um, I'll try to come up with some more stuff later on. You guys take it easy.